Okay. Hello. This was going to be a live stream, but I can't quite get the computer and the app to get along, so we're just gonna do a video. So it might be a little long, if it works. Anyways, not the smoothest start after 3 months of nothing. About that. I haven't really had inspiration to do anything. And I'm hoping I'm talking loud enough. It's been a long year. Not in the sense that I usually say it's been a long year. Nothing too drastic, with the exception of drastic things that are affecting everybody right now. It's going on. As you can tell, God provides. It may not always be when you want it. It may not always be the way you hope it happens. But He does provide eventually all the things that you need when you need it. And this has come in handy for as long as I've had it. But even after I got this, I didn't want to upload a video just for the sake of uploading a video, because I was going to do that, I'd be like, now I have this technology, I don't have to worry about how many subscribers I have to upload, or whatever the case might be now. I don't have to worry about, the size of the screen, etc., simple little things that people who think too hard think about. But now there's more time. I, pretty much everybody I know, and certainly everybody you know, to some extent has been affected by what's going on. Closures and changes and cancelings, moves and all this sorts of stuff, just all sorts of stuff, and it's chaotic, and there's 100 videos about it, and 1,000 articles, so I didn't necessarily want to just be another voice, but I may come out that way. You're purposeful. This is purposeful. I don't get it. There was a lot of hope this year, and perhaps it was misplaced. Things were, they're going to be chaotic every year for one reason or another, but at least in the circles that I know, there was so much hope, and for the last couple weeks especially, it's been dashed or hidden or removed entirely, and in its place is fear and chaos and disorder. And even the most positive people in my life are being affected by this. So people that, the ones that reach out to me are affected by this. So I know if they are, then people that I would reach out to are as well. And this is an avenue, as I've mentioned before, that I hope to use to encourage others. Granted, I generally know most of my audience, whether I realize it or not, but encouragement knows no bounds. I can't imagine being in school and you're charging full throttle. You're thinking of plans for spring break. You're thinking of plans for summer, because usually those two are really close together in the grand scheme of a school year. It's like spring break, and right around the corner is, finals or graduation, and then all of a sudden it's gone. Your spring break is extended against your will, and your school year is over. Athletics are canceled. extracurriculars are thrown out the window. You're having to move off campus. Some of you an hour down the road, others it's 1,000 miles away or more. Or you're at a job where you've hit a rhythm. You've pushed past the New Year funk and the changing of calendar years. Maybe you're preparing for tax season. Maybe you're preparing for Easter. But in any case, you've got a rhythm going, and now that's out the window. Maybe you're one of those fortunate enough, or maybe some would say unfortunate enough, to still have to work, whether it's in a field where you're needed, like grocery stores, restaurants that are still open, healthcare, travel, truck driving, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of people in those fields that have no choice, and you are so important, so valuable, and so cherished. And there are a lot of you where you feel like, what's next? Your job can't work it. If you are fortunate enough to work it from home, you're having to adjust your entire schedule around that. Maybe, and then that could go 1,000 different ways based on, kids or siblings or other things that were seeming to have some that you were fortunate enough to have a balance between the different areas of your life, and now that's all in a tizzy. There are hundreds and thousands of possible scenarios, but we all have things in common. We're all in it. It's affecting everyone. We sometimes forget, especially when we go on social media or we have perhaps certain friend groups or certain groups in general where we see differently. Whether we look up to them or look down on them, whether we talk well to them or don't speak much of them. It's times like this where we remember we're all connected. We have our cultural differences, we have our societal differences, we have our class and gender and race and all of these things, and they have their place as well, and they have these in their conversations as well, but we're all in this, and it helps us to remember that. It's helping me remember that. It's helping me realize that, as isolated as I can feel and be on a normal day, and how something like this can accentuate that in people who deal with mental difficulties and who aren't fond of change. It helps us know that we're not alone. And I know not all of my friends who will see this, not all the people that will see this will believe or agree with everything I say, but just hear me out here. There is a greater purpose for all of this. I'm not going to be someone who tells you that I know what it is, because I don't. I don't know what it is for my life. I'm certainly not going to guess at lives of people I don't even know. But there is a plan, and there is a purpose, and there is an ultimate goal that we will make it. Humanity is absolutely wonderfully resourceful when it gets down to it. And sometimes we need that reminder. We rely and borrow and lend and take advantage of or take for granted, and it's times like this where we have to take a step back and be like, whoa, like we need each other. No one's in it alone. Doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter where you're going. No one is in this alone. I don't know about you, but that makes these days a lot easier to face. My faith keeps me through it, sure. I know not everyone believes. And that's not even the conversation for this video. The conversation for this video is, you're not alone. Give yourself a chance to rest. I know you feel you've been pushed and programmed or prodded, or you have all these sources and ideas, and everything's falling apart around you, and but you still want to use what you've learned the last few weeks, the last few months, the last few years. Allow this time, which is probably going to be a bit, to reset and refocus. It's not always ideal to be forced to do things like this. It's not always ideal to be put in a position where you're having to face maybe you've overextended yourself and need to take a few steps back when things start returning to a sense of normalcy. Maybe you need to go a different direction, the one that you knew you should be going months ago and just kind of pushed off and pushed off and pushed off. Whatever the case may be, cut yourself some slack, because you're not in it alone. If you need someone to talk to, just even if it's a listening ear, because I promise you, I probably don't have the best advice, but I do have the best intentions, and I do know that sometimes all someone needs is someone to listen. It is just gotta take this one day at a time. One step at a time if you need to, 1 hour at a time. One step of progress at a time, or direction, or meal. Don't forget to eat. Don't forget to exercise. See the sunlight. See the sun. It's a lot nicer when it's quieter, I find. Maybe sometimes a little harder to want to go outside when there's just because, but maybe you don't have this problem. But it's really nice. We're always told to stop and smell the roses, and we always say we're going to, but here we are with a perfect opportunity, and now we don't. We don't want to stay home. We don't want to smell no roses. We don't want to relax. We talk about how tired we are, how overworked we are, how overwhelmed we are, and now we have an opportunity to wind it all down and being people, being humankind, or whatever the case may be, we don't want to do that. But here's an opportunity to rest. So take it. Seek the Lord where he may be found, now that there's more time, or at least more energy, to do so. Find the hobbies you've been missing. Read a book, paint, play music, whatever the case, whatever it is for you. And this is going to be true in other seasons too, but take the time now to really just breathe. Sometimes it's just breathe. And if you've made it this far, thank you. I know I've been gone a while, like I said from the beginning. I don't want to upload just to be another video on this platform, just to be another voice. I want to make sure I like what I put up. Make sure I can support what I say with more than just the video itself. So you've made it this far, thanks. I appreciate it. It means a lot. It really does. I can't explain how much it means to have people in my life who support me even when I'm not really saying anything. Not saying anything new or spectacular. Just another voice striving for genuine encouragement and hope in a world that desperately needs it. From a person who desperately needs it too. God is good, and you are not alone. Until next time, stay focused and breathe.